Control through food. Hey everybody, this is Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. Food is a big deal, right? And when I say food, I mean food and water. He who controls the food and water controls the people. Do you want to be controlled? If you're here, I assume not. So, why do you think all these extremely wealthy people, governments, and such, all the real power players behind the scenes, what are they doing? They're buying up land to grow food, water rights, water resources, underground reservoirs, all these kind of things. They're buying these things up and or exhibiting control over these things, over these sources, because they know if you control the food and the water, you control the people. Well, if you do this stuff, if you grow your own food, raise your own animals, you're much less likely to be controlled. I get it. You got to be able to defend it. Sure, of course. That's part of it. That kind of stuff we talk about on Patreon. Links in the description below if you want to check it out. $1 a month, hundreds of videos, good content there. But I know I, for one, don't want to be controlled. I just like being free to do my own thing. I just want to be out in my garden, raising my fruits and vegetables, growing my fruits and vegetables, raising animals, doing my homestead type thing, which will be changing soon. We'll be in a much more actual homestead type situation. But I'll have to start from scratch. Hopefully not scratch, but anyway. Grow your own food, raise your own animals, but what else can you do? We talk about this all the time, growing your own food and raising your own animals. But there's other things you can do also, right? Stack it to the rafters, stockpile food. But, like I've said before, your food storage is your emergency fund. Because once you start using that, then it's limited, right? You only have so much. Do everything you can. Stock as much food as you can, though. And water, same thing. Whenever I say food, I also mean water. With water, it's much more difficult to stockpile a lot because of the space it takes up, the weight, things like that. So like I've said before, identifying sources of water and having the ability to go procure it, to replenish your stores, your stockpile. You can buy cases of bottled waters, couple bucks at the store per case. What, like $3? It's under $4, I know that, for a big case of waters. You can do that, that's decent. I've shown a lot of different ways to stockpile water. We're not really talking about the specifics of that right now. What we're talking about is the movement to control food, the push for meatless society. That's a big push. Well, if you grow your own, or if you raise your own animals, you're going to eat meat. Of course, there's hunting, fishing, trapping, snaring, all that kind of stuff also, along with foraging. All these things come together and to form your overall preparedness plan. It's not just about food storage. It's not just about growing your own food, because harvest only happens part of the year. You gotta grow more than you need to eat, because so you can can it, you can dehydrate it, if you have a freeze dryer, you can pickle it, all these different things. And then add that to your food storage, your emergency fund. Always be adding to your emergency fund, just like in real life. Just like, well, this is real life, but I mean cash. Every paycheck, put a little bit more in your emergency fund. Put a little bit more in your savings, in your investments, whatever. Same kind of concept as this. Always be prepping a little every day. Like I said, or a lot every day. If you could prep a lot every day, great. Prepping is a lifestyle. It really is. I enjoy it. I enjoy looking at my food storage. I enjoy looking at going through my notebook and seeing everything I have. It's peace of mind up here. It feels good knowing that no matter what happens, say you lose your job, Like what happened to me. I know up here, okay, I can feed my family. That's what prepping is about. It's about being able to take care of yourself, your family, and others around you. And not being controlled. Prepping is freedom. There's a lot of other things that go along with that. Like I said, the ability to defend it, secure it, security, all that stuff is on Patreon. We don't talk about that here on this platform because I want to stay viable on this platform to reach as many people as I possibly can to encourage, uplift, and get more people into preparedness. I don't care here whatsoever about politics. Big event goes down. I've said this a lot. There won't be any more liberals or conservatives. It'll just be people trying to feed their families. I want to uplift everybody. I don't care if the person used to be a liberal or used to be a conservative. If they're coming for my food and trying to take what I have, well, we're going to have problems. Hopefully I'll come out victorious. I have systems in place. I hope you do too. People you can rely on. Team building is a big one. In preparedness. Having your mutual assistance group, your tribe, your family, your neighborhood, whatever it looks like in your AO, your area of operations, where you live, what your dynamic is. We're all different. We all have different dynamics. So don't be controlled. Grow your own food, raise your own animals, stockpile food in as mass quantities as you possibly can. A lot of these things that you stockpile are also seeds. I know I've mentioned this before in the past also, but a big 25-pound sack of beans is 25 pounds of seeds. Same with corn, different legumes, things like that. Remember that. Don't forget. I forget that sometimes. I did a prepper lessons learned the other day. I had a container, styrofoam container, that mice got into. It had a 25-pound sack of beans, pinto beans, and a 25-pound sack of rice. I don't have the ability to grow rice, so yeah, I threw it all in the dump. But looking back, I was like, that was kind of stupid. A couple of people made in the comment section, they're like, you could have kept those beans as seeds. You're right. I messed up. We all make mistakes, okay? I should have kept at least some of those beans for seeds. Who cares if, I don't even know if there was a mouse hole in the bean bag. There was in the rice sack, bag, whatever. So yeah, prepper lesson learned. I could have kept some of those for seeds. But oh well, live and learn, move forward. Always be trying to stay positive. Don't dwell on the mistakes, don't dwell on your past, just learn from them, move forward. So I learned my lesson. Don't be controlled. Set yourself up to survive whatever might be coming. Set yourself up to be able to feed your family, your friends, your community for a long period of time. Get around like-minded people. There's an interesting thing. I've been doing some research lately, trying to contact them. They haven't contacted me back. So if somebody sees this, knows how to get a hold of them, or if they see this, please contact me, asymmetricalpreparedness@gmail.com. I also called, left a number, but Ark Haven. It's somewhere in, I think, northeast Arkansas. It's a intentional community of Christian preppers where they bought hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of acres, and people can buy acreage, build houses, and it's like an intentional community. I'm doing more research on it. The idea is very intriguing. Just don't know if the area where they are is going to work for my family and I and the situation. I don't know. I don't like being controlled. I'm very against, I'm a big free will person. Let's stay on the positive note instead of the negative side. I believe in free will. I believe in being able to do what I want and having freedoms and liberties and just living my life and just being left alone. You know, is if the government would just leave us alone, I'd be fine with it. I'm not anti-government whatsoever. We have to have government. We have the rule of law. But anyway, do whatever you can to set yourself up to not be controlled. I just hope I'm getting through to you guys about that, how important it is. And that shift, that paradigm that people in power, behind the scenes, the real power players, are trying to control the food and the water. So don't be a sheep. Go out and get yourself ready for what is coming. Please subscribe. Please hit the like button. Comments are awesome. I love comments. And sharing of the videos. Anything that helps with the algorithm so that we can reach more people. Get more people empowered, uplifted, and into the asset column instead of the liability. Those people that are going to come for our food and what we have if they're not ready. We want less of them. We want less threats. We want more people empowered, uplifted, and prepared. Have a wonderful day. I love you guys, and blessings to you and yours.